Alright. Okay, so to Atlas is pretty simple. So hold on, let me just hide that stuff. All you really need is nothing. Like you don't even need cats or anything like that shit. All you would is just join the mesh that you want to join. So this is right here. Not one. This is a total of three. Yeah, total of three meshes that have been all combined. So well, not combined, but what you want to do is whatever you're wanting to atlas, combine them. So as long like stay at least in the four, because if you have more than like four meshes combined, then it does create problems when you are atlasing and moving around the textures in the model itself, or on the textures at least. So once you join in, that's what you want. You just go to shading on your upper side of Blender. Don't mind that. Just old atlases I made. Anyways, to atlas this, all you really want to do is you just want to delete all these extra UV maps just by hitting the minus button on these. And do not delete this, because this is the map that will keep the textures in place. So as you can see, well, the SPI visor is not on here since I deleted it, so I don't need that. I just need these three. I usually say in four, but three is okay. Doesn't really matter. But so what you want to do is that basically you just want to make the atlas with the components. So the hotkeys will be F3 to open up the search bar right here, and that's really all. So hit F3, look up image texture as your first one. This is going to be the texture that's going to be your normal map. Then you want to type in, hit F3, separate color. We'll end up right here, and then you just connect it. Then type in invert, it's Shift A, color invert, and drag the green to the color, and then combine color as your fourth component. These are called components, by the way. And then you will connect the red from the separate color to the combined color red. Then the color should go to green. And then just type in math, and it's not really that much math, it's pretty simple. To duplicate these, just hit Shift D, you're gonna need four of them. Shift D and Shift D. And these first two right here should be multiply and multiply. They set the values as 2. And then the second ones are going to be subtract. You put 1, 1, 1, 1. Don't mind whatever the fuck that was. Subtract. Connect these values to the first ones, as you can see. Just click those, make sure it looks like that. Then drag the red from the separate color to the first value on the multiply, the first multiply component, and then the blue wire to the second multiply component on the first values, like that. Now, just get combine XYZ. So just put these together, X and Y, and then type in vector math. And it's not really that much math, it's just more of just putting all the components together. You don't need anything on this vector math stuff. Just put dot product instead of add, drag it down, make it look nice. Then type in invert. Should be the same component as the 1, 2 right here. It should be the same. Then you get the clamp, which converts it, put it on the value. So it should look like this right now. Your normal mapped texture, the separate color should look like this. The red, there should be 2 wires on the red, one going to the combined color, and then there's one going to the multiply. Blue should go on the other one, and then green should be connected to the inverts. Now, you need math one more time. Put it over here. Put it as square root, result, value, keep it like that, and drag the wire all the way up to the blue. like so. So it should look like this for now. Now you want to get your normal map from the vector. Go to color, and then the principled BSDF. This one right here. Just put up here, and then right here, you want to drag your normal to the normal. So it should look like this right now. Normal map, separate colors, all that shit, and this stuff right here. Do not mess with any of these unless you know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing in this part, which is, you really don't need to do anything on that one, just a it's mostly just a reference, so stuff like that. And the last thing you need is your material output. So here we are, and put the BSDF to the surface. And now it should now look like this. A little wonky, but that's okay. So what you want to do is now you want to duplicate this. So just hit Shift D and duplicate it, put it right here. This will be your atlas. This is your atlas. So what you want to do is you want to hit New, name it Helmet as your atlas. Then you'll change the height and width to 2048 because that's 2K textures. Hit OK, and there it is. Don't worry about the 001s. Just change the color space to non-color. And now, what we're doing this one, this is your normal map. You want to find the texture for this. So this is the helmet, so I know what it is. Just hit open, go to my Halo Infinite Marine textures, type in marine helmet plate. There we go. You give it a minute to load in. And it looks like that for now, but all you do is that these are inverts for a reason. So for infinite marines, specifically infinite marines, sometimes you need to change the invert on the bottom left to 0 to fix it. So 0, there we go, and it fixes it, makes it look nice. And always make sure that the color spaces are not normal. Usually it'll when you put in your color, it'll turn it as sRGB. You don't want that. You want non-color. And that's one of them. So all you can do is that instead of doing this all over again, just click and drag over all of it to select all, or hit A to select all, and then do Control C, and then you just delete this one, and then just paste in the components on the same one. And the only thing you have to do is that you just have to find the texture for these. These are both the easiest ones to find because you literally just look at the name. It is literally just called full glass visor. So just type in visor, pop up. Make sure you select the normals and not like any of the ASGs or control or mask maps because those will look wonky and shit. So in order that, just put them in. Do the last one real quick. Get these ones. Google, no, goggle. There it is. And look at that. Looks nice. There's your normals. But we're not done yet. So what you want to do is that you just. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you this. It's like the most important part. This triangle right here. Usually the UV map will be closed. Make sure you have it on, and hit the plus sign, and then type in Atlas. You don't need to name it Atlas. It can be whatever. Just as long as it's not this one. Make sure this is selected, so that you're doing it on this one and on the other one. So this Atlas should be the one, not the UV map. And what you want to do is that you just want to make sure not everything's selected and only the Atlas is selected. So this component right here should be only selected. Yeah, my bad for not doing that part. But so now what you should do is that you want to change you want to change from object mode to edit mode. There's two ways. Hit tab to change to edit mode, or just click on this and then do edit mode. So now around here, it might look a lot. It's all the polygon stuff, but don't worry, it's okay. So oh yeah, also usually this up here, if you have it like set up like this, it would usually be like your file browser like this, just hit this and then change it to UV editor like that, and you should be okay. So what you want to do is that you want to hit select, and all this shit will pop up. Now sometimes textures and stuff, or not textures, yeah, the textures will like pop out of the map itself. So all you do is that you just click and drag. So just click click and drag all the polygons over like this. Get close, we should not select other polygons, just drag and drop over these. Oops. Make sure you're holding shift so that you select all instead of just dragging over, because see, it would just like select slowly. Make sure you're holding shift to select it without having to do all that shit. And now what you want to do is then we hit G, then X, and then you want to type in -1, and it will move it to the correct position. As you can see, it looks normal. And now you just click and drag over all of these and press G to move it around. And then the same thing with all these other ones. G, move it off the map, because this map is going to hold all three of these textures. So what you want to do is you want to resize them. So just hit S on your keyboard, and this would be your scale tool. Make them smaller. And what you would do, usually what I do is that I fit them into the squares, the 4x4s. So like don't make them too big, but don't make them too small. Just make it like fit as much as possible by using the S tool or your scale tool. Like this. Just scale up a little bit right there. There you go. That's one. Just fit it in there. That's the goggles. This is the helmet. Just scale it down a little bit. There you go. That's the helmet, and then the visor. You can just do this, scale it down, do it like this. Oh yeah, also never, what's it called? So let's say that you're trying to like fit everything inside and you rotate something. So like if I rotated this piece right here, if I rotated it, don't do that. That will mess up the normal map. It will like mimic as like the normal map was like turning around actually, and it will make it look really weird. The fuck would I do that again? But other than that, there you go. This is the atlas. All you want to do now is that you just hit Shift A, or just A, to select all of that in there. And now, what you want to do is that you want to go to the render properties, which is the camera looking icon up here on this tool. And if you haven't like baked before, it's really easy. It'll be set as Eevee. Just change it to cycles, and then change your device to GPU compute instead of CPU. Then in the sampling, it should be max samples should always be 128, and then the denoise should be both not check marked. They should be unchecked. These two should be 128. Your motion blur is nothing. No, motion film should be transparent. So the drop down menu will be film. Just hit transparent, and then there will be like a bake drop down menu, and you just want to change it from combined to normal. And now you just hit bake, and you just let it do its thing. Usually there'll be like an error that would say like no meshes are able to bake or whatever. Make sure this one is selected, because that is your model. You'll make your model be selected as well. So you just want everything to be selected on your model. This and that should be selected, and only the atlas should be selected as well on this. So now let's just wait for it to fully bake. Just give it a minute. Give it a second. Again, this completely depends on your GPU, but there you go. This is your atlas. As you can see, this is your new normal, which looks very nice. Nice and good. Don't mind these yellow parts. They are usually not seen, and trust me, it's okay. I've had many problems with this because these are already baked normals. You're just rebaking them, But let's say if you're using the Spartans, the Infinite Spartans, those are like weirdly baked. So if you bake them, they'll be like perfect baking, look really nice. So now what you want to do is that you just want to get off edit mode, and right here, just drop down this, and then make sure that it's what it is. So it should be helmet. Where's helmet at? Here, helmet 01. And okay, so before I continue, if you ever see like something up here that's like black, or like you have something already up here and it's not like it doesn't say like new or anything, just hit the X on it so that it's like a clean slate. Like it looks like this. Yeah, just hit X on it. It would just leave it alone. This should be the one that you're going to be saving. So just all you do is hit image, do save as. I'll just put it in I'll just put it in here. I'll just name it like boobs. It's not boobs, but boobs. There you go. And we're almost done. So now what you want to do is that you want to go to the shader or material properties, hit the plus sign, type in, hit new, and type in helmet, whatever. And now what you want to do is that you want to find the texture that you saved it in. So mine is boobs, so I'm just going to quickly find boobs. Here it is, boobs. Gonna drag and drop right here. And now you want to drag the color over right here. So from this image to normal, and look up a component. So hit F3, normal, and normal map, and drag it right here. And there you go. So now what you want to do is that you want to delete these ones. So it might look weird, it might look kind of wonky as fuck, but if you delete the UV map, boom, there you go. You have now successfully atlased a texture. It is now one single texture instead of three or four. Uh, hope this helped you, I guess. This is mostly to Broken and Haven because they asked me, and I'm not trying to deal with shit like that right now. So yeah, uh, balls.